Hi, my name is Michael Taylor, and I'll be going over the first part of this video.
My name's Hogan Harris, and I'll be going over part 2.
We had Chapter 18, which was entitled DIY Academy by Ashley Dawson. The first part of this chapter goes over the University of Michigan's cooperative agreement with the press to make a transformative scholarly publishing model. The press's long-term plans call for books to be digitalized and available to libraries and customers worldwide through an affordable site license program. Universities have cut back funding for both presses and tenure-stream faculty appointments, which has increased the labor of graduate students and adjuncts to staff the core courses. This has led to a crisis in scholarly publishing. The University of Michigan Press also involves a partnership with the University Library, promising to make the cost of book distribution lower by using electronic diffusion and print on demand. This chapter also talks about how business has come to a halt when talking about scholarly publishing. Scholars used to be able to link with well-funded university publishing houses and get their work published. The university publishing house would communicate that research to a university library, which in turn would purchase the scholarly journals in which research was discovered. Both public and private universities no longer fund their publishing ventures, which has forced scholarly authors to consider marketability when looking for publication. Libraries across the nation have been forced to pay for renewable subscriptions from publishers and have cut down on the amount of actual books being bought for the university's libraries. NYU's library spends about 50% of their annual budget on for-profit publisher subscriptions. The University of California spends less than 20% of their annual budget on books and often recommends that only one copy of a book be purchased for the library in order to make more room for purchasing subscriptions. Passing off the torch.
Part 2 is titled The Revolt of the Congretariat. Previous predictions of the future of labor forces and their pathway to automation stated that the increase of automation would diminish the direct labor time and socialize production, leading to the liquidation of private ownership and wage labor. This was not the case, for there were idealists that had a different thought, wanted to disrupt the movements of capitalists and create a counter-movement against the so-called norms of capitalism. Theorists believed that the problem wasn't with the automation, but yet it was with the constantly changing characteristics of the people who created the technology. This human factor was known as mass intellect or immaterial labor. The cognitariats have backed the idea of mass intellect with the use of non-commodified, commons-based character of digital culture. Examples of this culture would be peer-to-peer file sharing for music, the creation of Wikipedia, and the creation of the Creative Commons licenses, which sought to ease the use of remixes for cultural artifacts. The uprising of these ideas has led to the procurement of groups which go against capitalistic government or regimes. The creation of these technologies has helped to augment the centralizing power of social institutions, as well as help unite the people against a common enemy. Even with the good that these ideas have brought along, however, there are some downsides to their views. The views of the cognitariats are largely closed-focused, which, in order to gain a better following and more people, need to be more open-minded and understanding. The move online cannot solve all the problems created by academic and cognitive capitalists, but by looking at these material conditions and taking them into consideration, it becomes possible to escape the technological determinism and voluntarism. In order for the cognitariat idea to spread, the views of multiple classes and economic backgrounds need to be taken into consideration and improved in order to make a larger social impact. This is all for Chapter 18. Thank you. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.